All right. Hi, everybody. I'm really glad to be back. I'm going to be doing some live readings pretty soon, hopefully within like the next 3 to 4 hours. So I just wanted to go live real quick to announce that update. And yeah, I also want to be doing a pick a card reading soon that I will upload. So my announcement as to why I'm not going live right now. So, here's why. One thing, still gotta eat food. Second thing, I I need to clean my room. Um, yeah. Third thing, I want to do Sudoku first. So I can't show you my screen unless if I did the YouTube streaming version where I go to video game streaming and then through that. I wish I could share a screen while I just go live like normal. Maybe I can, and if anyone knows that, let me know. So those are my three things that I gotta do first. Food, well, not in that order. I'm actually gonna do Sudoku right now. Um, this Sudoku is called Sum 41, and that's like a band. But it's just because the clue is that all these diagonals sum up to 41, and that's like the theme of the puzzle. But yeah, I also wanted to go live real quick if anyone wanted to hang out too. So if anyone wants to hang out and chat while I do Sudoku, I am down. So I'll probably just leave it running for the next few minutes, and if no one wants to really chat right now, but you're excited about live readings, cool. And I'll just finish, or I don't know if I'll finish the Sudoku puzzle, 'cause some of them take me literally 300 minutes or more. It just depends. So I don't know how long I'll do Sudoku for. Maybe I should make a timer where I only do Sudoku for 30 minutes or something. But yeah. Let's see. So these 5 digits sum up to 28. Yeah, this is definitely a tough one. I'd probably have to start in the bottom left corner. I know nobody can actually see my Sudoku puzzle, but yeah, I have to start in this section. But yeah, also, if nobody minds the messy room, I'm down to do readings at this time. Since I'm mostly just waiting on food, I don't have to um, go pick any food up or anything like that. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. 13. I still don't know. 24. Yeah, I don't know. This puzzle does sound difficult for me personally, but I might give it more time before I decide to do something else. Because yeah, definitely I want to clean up the area because there's a lot of cluttered space, which makes it really difficult to feel good about doing readings. So yeah, that's all. I will be back later tonight for if anybody would like to do readings. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I also feel like vlogging right now and just kind of being on here. This is not I don't know, age appropriate thing to mention, but anyone out there 420 friendly or of that, like, legal age or whatever. Aw. Hi. Is it okay if I call you Tam? Thank you for the hugs. I need it. I'm in a pretty, I don't know, stressful situation, to say the least. Cool. Thank you. Hi, Tam. How are you doing? Like, are you still in that situation? I don't know if it's okay to share like stuff about that publicly, but are you still in that same like spot from like maybe it was like 2 years ago or so? And going back to what I was about to say, for any of you who are 420 friendly, I just did some of that, so I'm feeling kind of more like open. So I'm just kind of saying whatever is on my mind. No, that is long past and gone. That's good to hear, honestly. I mean, I know things are really challenging when it comes to like really special connections and everything. Um, yeah, which there's like a lot of reminiscence and like sadness. At least for me, I'm just a very nostalgic person. But I'm happy for you because it's like that means I feel like you must have learned like whatever about yourself, and that like that love and feeling of like recognition that you knew was out there has finally there was like a connection out there that reciprocated certain really important things, like qualities about yourself, finally reciprocated back to you. When you like are like really nice and it seems like no one is ever like reciprocating it or like nice in that exact way. So then you kind of get in your head about if it's just like weird that you're like giving in such a way. Anyways, like I feel that way a lot. And then when you like meet someone and then they're like able to mirror that back to you, you're like, wow, finally someone gets it. And then you get it because you're like, wait a second, it's okay that I'm this way. I don't know. Yeah. Hi, Monier. Thank you. I think all is going somewhat well. It's not like all well. It's like, as Tam brought up, like some things not matching vibrationally at all that I'm like clearing out and then like bringing some good things in. And then taking the good qualities that I did find from those, I don't know, off situations. More in your head at times. But I am doing readings later on. I will be prioritizing anyone who does like donation payment readings. But as usual, I like to add everyone to the list. So yes, basically. I am doing free readings later on. I'm just not sure how much time I'll have and not sure how many people, if anyone, might show up and how many people might want to do like donation paid readings. Um, But yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's really good to be back. Um, with my odd situation right now, I'm pretty much trying to make the most of it. So I'm figuring things out. Yes, Tam. Woo! Thank you. But yeah, I will be back somewhat later. Um, yeah, if the both of you are free right now, and you don't mind like an impromptu reading, is that the word impromptu? I don't know. I'm gonna type it. Impromptu. Like something all of a sudden, like what's it called? Improvised. Improvised is probably what I'm thinking. If you guys don't mind, like where I'm at with my energy right now, and you'd want to do readings right now, I am down. But I am technically planning for later, just because I'm trying to clean my room. Mostly, yeah, to clean my room. But honestly, the thing inspiring me and encouraging me to clean my room is for so I can do readings. Honestly, um, but yeah, you're vibing. Okay, okay, I'm down. So yeah, Monye, if you want to do a reading right now, I'm down to do some readings. I was just watching a reading from this channel called Intuitive Gems, and Intuitive Gems is an absolutely lovely human being, and yeah, I was just watching some readings from her channel, and made me remember how much I miss doing readings. Hi, Sleepy. Aw, my day was actually pretty good. I didn't get bothered by anybody in this living situation, and me and my loved ones who are getting through this situation are all pretty much making the most of it. The timing just kind of like worked out. It's just like really funny because I'm in a situation where it's a hostile environment, so to speak, to say the least. And there were certain demands, and then I finally met and delivered those demands. And the same day that I did that, the people who demanded such a thing aren't even here right now for like the night. So I feel pretty good about all this like space that I have. So roommates are not here, so I feel like really like I can breathe. So yeah, today was pretty good. But yeah, um, so I'm doing readings right now. If for those of you who are okay doing readings with me in a messy room, I'm doing the readings right now. For those of you who would like to wait till later, I am planning to clean my room so that I can do an official like live reading session with the channel. But it looks like it's about to become that right now, to be honest. So yeah, your living situation is so much better this past year. That's so good to hear. And yeah, thanks, Tam. Me too. It's been, to be honest, just really unfair. And because the situation is due to me being as practical and like patient and understanding with myself and others as possible. Yet there's a lot of like chaos and drama. But yeah. Thank you, Sleepy. I think it will be soon. That's the goal. Of course, it's not all just dependent on me. It's like I've got some like my loved ones who are all working on their own stuff. Mostly financially is what we need to have figured out pretty much, and that's something that none of us can really rush. But that's why I am more motivated than ever to try to go live as often as I possibly can. So the more people who can do donation readings with me or paid readings, either live or like booking one, the better. Yeah, it is a great screen name. But yeah, um, I'm just gonna add the three of you onto the list because I feel like those of you hanging out with me right now don't mind doing readings with me in a messy environment. So Tam, let me know what you want a reading on. Monier, Sleepy, you as well. Like you can prep your question or topic. My hands are getting cold, so I'm going to heat up with the heater right over here. Whatever comes up, I like it. Okay, I'm down. Oh, and later when I do readings, I'll have like all my cards ready. It'll be really nice. Lately, for the last year, last 2 years, I basically just had to like whatever cards were on hand, use those ones. But yeah, I'm thinking one of my goals for 2022 is to officially get new decks. I might plan to get like 10 new decks and then to release 10 old decks or something. Hey, Asia. Aw. Happy New Year's. Happy 2022 to everybody. Well, that's reassuring. Thank you for letting me know, Tam. At least we're in this together. Messy Room Squad. Okay. Um, and I don't think I got the chance to thank you last time we went live, Asia. I think last time you did a paid reading with me, but I like received your donation like long after the live stream, so I didn't get to thank you. Or that might have been someone else. But regardless, I'm like I also remember at the least like um my mods, you guys, which those of you know, like you can just like ask and I'm down to make whoever a mod. But it was really helpful is my point. So yeah. I hope you're doing well. hmm Okay. Let's do this. So, messages for Tam, whatever comes up. We got the moon. So, yeah, I guess it is a bit of a mystery. So, what that's the question. Like, I guess you're just really open to anything and you're really just trying to like maybe tune into what the universe is saying. Like you're like kind of letting your own persona, like your own wants, needs, ego kind of be like and sort of like not abandon it of course, but just sort of detach a little bit so that you can like just kind of like keep an open ear, so to speak, to what the universe is trying to tell you. You're like, okay, there's so much going on in my mind right now. I need to like calm it. Like meditation. Take a break from it so then maybe some like helpful ideas can like come to me. I'm glad it's accurate. Whoa. It's always nice to hear that. So thank you. We've got the Hierophant Reverse. Yeah, you're like stepping down and it's sort of like a very humbling feeling. You just kind of want to like be led. You're not trying to like take so much take so much of the lead right now. It's like of course it's important um on our independent journeys and everything, but it's just like maybe you've had to do so much and you always had to like figure out a plan or like stress about it all the time. You're like it's sort of like a way to take the like pressure off of you having to be who figures everything out. Ilka, hi. I want to say it's so nice seeing your posts on Instagram. It's really lovely to see like you having a good time and like celebrating with loved ones. So I just want to say that. Um, but yeah, so that's the energy. Hey. So let's see what comes in with this type of open energy. Hi, baby Fantasia. I'm going to read your message shortly. So we've got the devil's energy. Yeah, okay. So it's like, I feel like the universe is trying to tell you that, like, maybe there are some things that you feel you're held back by, but let's see, Three of Cups, that it's maybe like that it's not a bad thing after all. That some of the things going on that of yourself, like your own tendencies, your own like personality traits, qualities, whether you feel that certain qualities about yourself are healthy or toxic, it's like this is saying you're all good. Like there's nothing wrong with your traits, your qualities in all of who you are, that like your own faults, so to speak, are like an important part of you. They're more so a hurt part of you. Like the devil in this card is really an insecure energy, and feels bad, like feels like a manager, feels like that person who um like the fun police, so to speak, on these beings, but these beings are actually like the devil, and the two beings to me in this card all represent one person, you. The parts of you that listen to that insecurity, that shadow energy, the devil card, um, but you're only listening because you understand where they're coming from, and you're just sort of playing along, like, okay, like when you have to deal with certain energy around you, like people, it's a lot more reasonable to deal with when it's that energy within yourself, because it's like that's an internal energy of your inner child wounds, basically, that you're understanding and um learning how to free and to heal with. You're trying to convince that part of you, like, hey, are you ready to stop being in this lonely room? Are you ready to come out and play? I kind of see this if you've watched Frozen. I'm glad. Thank you. I'm glad this is fun. It's like this is Elsa, and then you are Anna trying to invite Elsa to play, you know? So that's how I see the devil card. I always see it as that energy. That energy within us, that's how I've learned and built a relationship with it. I really see that part of me as myself that is really wounded, that part of me that feels like maybe I'm mean or like a bully or whatever, or I do things that like someone who's oppressing others would do, but it's within your own self, it's really more so sad and understanding, and it's just like a level of depth and complexity to your character that makes you that much more beautiful, because you're trying to work through all the hurt and things that have happened, freeze myself out. Wow. Yeah, same. I love that. I'm gonna read that. Tam says, I try to be so spiritual or loving, kind, whatever, and I just can't sometimes. Yeah, sometimes we hurt the ones we love most. Like nobody, literally nobody can be perfect, love and light, so peaceful all the time, because we have a lot of conflicted energy and have been through so much. There's still so much we still need to express and feel. Ilka says same. Yeah. So anyone out there, if you ever beating yourself up on having hurt some loved ones and you're like, why did I do that? Or whatever it may be, just here's a safe space. Let you know you are not alone. We're all figuring it out, and the fact that you care and you're trying to heal and grow for the better so that you can be happy in your own journey and heal through what you've gone through, and also like to for your loved ones to be like happy and healthy as well. Obviously we can't no one's happy and healthy all the time around us, but I don't know, this is the whole point of this tangent is you're not alone, and I was trying to come up with some sort of encouraging speech. Test us a lot. Sometimes we lose our patience. Yeah, it's really difficult. And sometimes that's part of the lesson where we need to express that and we need to feel that, like, where we're like, I can't just keep putting up with behaviors or cycles a certain way. Because it's like the loved ones who we meet now, they don't, oftentimes they don't know that they're repeating certain cycles that we've been through, triggering something. And even though they don't know that, that doesn't mean that we're wrong to have been triggered, because obviously we're the ones who know that something is repeating in our world, and that's the real reason why we react or perpetuate hurt and get triggered and end up maybe pushing our loved ones away, or like hurting them in some other form, through lashing out or being upset. and they don't know what we're upset about, something along those lines. But let's finish up Tam's reading. We've got the Three of Swords. Yeah, it's all about healing these deep wounds. And I feel like the universe is just kind of like saying that. Let's get an oracle message, since I feel like that's a good place to stop at with the tarot cards. Infatuation comes up, but I'm getting the roses and plants. So maybe incorporating more plant life into your energy field, whether you're like taking more or like baths that have like rose petals, or like certain like herbal like bath combinations, bath mixtures, um essential oil as well. Fun fact for any of you who like taking baths, and you like take like you buy those like intention based like bath salts or whatever, like it might say like, oh, love and abundance bath like mixture, and it's like some like Epsom salts with like, I don't know, lavender or whatever. Good tip for if you get dried out and your skin like can get really irritated if you're in there too long. Hi Alpha, thank you for welcoming me back. As you can see, my room's a mess, but I was like, I'm just gonna go live. But for a quick tip for any of you out there, if you add jojoba oil or some carrier oil, not like a whole ton, like honestly I like get the bottle and I like lightly like um let I don't know, apply like maybe less than a tablespoon of jojoba oil, or I can't think of another carrier oil right now. That will honestly help so much. Your skin will feel pretty smooth still and like hydrated. Um, so yeah, that's a nice tip for any of you out there. Yes, those baths are really nice. So I'm getting like, that's one example. Incorporating more plants into your diet, growing plants for better oxygen flow, whatever, like clean air. Those are some examples of how you can incorporate more plants into your life. Getting out into nature more, if that's possible, but obviously with weather conditions, with our own physical and mental and emotional health and everything, and where we are physically in the world, like that all plays a role. And if you can get out into nature, so you can bring some nature into you, ordering plants, buying, I don't know, I've got chlorella, spirulina, stuff like that. Yes, Ilka, you get it. It is so good. I actually really like it a lot. And then one final card. We got Infatuation and Intimacy. I think this is a reminder to you that that feeling of love and that intensity is very real. So trust that and be intimate with yourself, and be like, and like really get to know those parts of yourself that you like beat yourself up over, or that you've heard harsh words. Even the word infatuation holds some negative meaning. Like when people are listening to your story and they say like, oh, someone's a little like obsessed, or don't you think you're getting too infatuated, as if that's a bad thing. Like, this is one of my favorite quotes from out there, Sadhguru, and it's like, this might not be like his original quote, because it's like I've had these thoughts, but like the way he phrased it is so good. And it's someone asked him, how do you deal with getting rid of attachments? Like, oh, I'm so attached to things, like it's bad, it's unhealthy, it's an obsession. How do I get rid of that? And he said, the issue isn't that you're attached to thing. Maybe the issue is that you're attached to something too small. So maybe the solution is simply attached to something much bigger. And something like that. He's phrased it even better, and it was really, really beautiful. And I totally get it, which that bigger thing is universal love. And that is what people point at and call like obsession of sorts at times, when it's really just universal love. And it's like deep, deep, deep understanding that you have a lot to feel, and that just because you feel much more intensely than others, that it doesn't mean it's a bad thing, and that they're pointing out a lot of bad examples that are all like propaganda, so to speak, to explain why you shouldn't be the way that you are. Just some food for thought. Facts. Yeah. And then, yeah, shadows. Yeah, really reflect on that. And I think that's the last of the messages that I'm going to go with so I can move forward. So I hope you liked that reading, Tam. Thank you so much, Sleepy. Aw. Okay, conversion rate. Yeah, you shouldn't have to deal with that. Fun fact, the reason I don't do YouTube donations, you know how like people have, it's called super chats, is because the conversion or the fee basically that comes with it is way too high. So, Sleepy, let me know of other payment methods that work way better for you, and I will get those set up. One of them that another loved one connection of mine that we connect with and do readings has told me about Zelle. That Zelle would help them a lot. So I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be setting up Zelle when I can. But yeah, Sleepy and anyone else, let me know if there are better um, platforms for donations and payments, and I'll go with those. Aw, thanks. I've missed you all too, Alpha and everyone. Glad to see you're looking fresh. Thank you. Thank you, Alpha. I hope we can get back to a point where we could like video chat again. I know that you are well aware that my journey's been very like intense. Ah, thank you, Tam. I this is honestly one of the main reasons I'm trying to go live more. I really could use the support, trying to make plans so I can get out of here. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. I am in the US. Yes, that's an important thing to mention. I'm in the US. Yeah, because I know international works different with like PayPal, for example. That PayPal's not the most international friendly, depending on which area you are in. Yeah, that would be nice, Tam. It would be cool if we could do. I don't know about using Zoom. They there was like a lawsuit recently or whatever, where they were like uh, using people's like information or data without their permission or something. So anyone who like used Zoom at a certain time period got like a $5 like whatever. But anyways, it'd be so cool to do like a thing where like we can all like get to know each other and like all go live and stuff. I do have Discord. Yes. I still have a lot of social anxiety, and I don't even have, I like, for example, I have like a specific Discord buddy. We became really, really good friends. And he and I haven't gotten to Discord chat in weeks now because I've been spending a lot of one-on-one time with um, my really important loved ones who are in my personal, physical space. So we'll see when I'm in a different environment, we'll see what can be. But yeah, I'm gonna get Zelle, and I will do Ilka's reading soon. I'm gonna scroll back up. Monier, if you're still here and would like to do a reading, please let me know what you would like your reading on. And Baby Fantasia would like to know what miracle they are manifesting next. StreamYard? I've never heard of StreamYard. I might give that a try. That sounds like for if any of you want to get into doing YouTube, StreamYard might be the way as like a group YouTube thing. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead just in case Monier ever comes back to this part and watches the reading. I'm just gonna flip some cards for Monier. We've got the Eight of Swords, so maybe Monier, you feel stuck and you're not sure what to do in certain areas in your life right now. The Three of Cups, all these cards kind of wanted to come out. Whoa. Yeah, I think I've seen the StreamYard where you have like guests on the channel. Aw, thanks, Ilka. That's how I felt too. I put on this jacket earlier and I had my hoodie over and I was like, I saw like my hair and I was like, oh my gosh, it looks so cute. And then like I did this and I was like, I look like I could literally be a really like cool character in a movie or something. Not always, I've been thinking about acting and how like certain shows are so emotional and like certain characters are so likable. It makes me want to like get into acting, but honestly, I don't know how to get into all of that. And yeah, I don't know how to actually like do that. I've never practiced acting skills. I feel like I'd be really embarrassed and like I feel like I won't be very good at it, so to speak, on like a movie setting. I think I'm a really good live actor. Like if I was being filmed while I'm just living my life, that they'd get some really good like cut scenes and stuff. But like on a camera to like act out a character, I don't know. You know? But also like I've cried for characters on screen, so maybe I could cry for the characters while acting. I don't know. Even if it's a hobby. That's true. And my friend Johan, I always say Johan, but I've heard him pronounce his name as Johan, so I'm not really sure. Um, but I've been saying Johan for so many years now, so I don't know. But anyways, my friend, he's really into acting, so he's kind of been an inspiration for me. But I didn't want to like talk about it too much because I'm like, I don't know. But someday, and the things I would want to act in would be a different genre too. He's very into like action oriented and like spies, which I kind of like, but like for where I would want to start, I'd want to start with like a something stressful, like oh, a single mom has to take care of like her kid or her two kids, and then like backstory on what happened to the partner and like what's going on, like something like that. You know, like a daily life type of acting. Yeah. Or voice acting. I've also thought about voice acting, which I'm also not sure I could do because I'm like nervous to just pursue what you wanted, but it's never too late. Yeah, it really is never too late. Yeah. That's the thing. I don't know how like passionately I feel about it either. So I'm not it's not like one of those things where I'm like I've always wanted to do this and then I feel really sad where and insecure and like hurt about it where I'm like I can't because that would be music. I absolutely know in my heart what I've always wanted to do my entire life is music. And I have so much wounds about that. And I do music. So I'm nothing's going to stop me. Uh, I mean, I have a lot more hurt, so there's always gonna be some feelings, but like, don't worry, I will do that. But yeah, and even if you're not good at it, it's always good to have fun with it. That is so true. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna admit this. I tried to make like this little film, and it was like this kid who like had to deal with toxic parents, right? It was Shocker, and the kid's name is Billy, and I would like imitate like a toxic mom, and I'd be like Billy, and it was really really bad. It's actually really embarrassing, but I just wanted to like I'm gonna just put it out there so that like I can admit, like, I have tried doing a little bit of acting myself, and I felt silly, but yeah. Woo! I'm gonna go with no. And thank you. Oh, it's so cool to have mods. I was just about to do something like that. I'm personally about to do that with uh the first comment. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, mods. Yeah. But yeah, Monier. So what I've got for you is like feeling stuck. We got the Three of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Five of Pentacles. So this is going to be really tough because you just want to live your life and spend it with your loved ones and have fun. And that's essentially what you're trying to do and that you are doing. But it's like everyone's at a place where it doesn't feel so relaxed. Like you're all kind of stressed because you all kind of still have day to day worries and concerns to deal with, responsibilities, so to speak. So you're all just trying to move forward during these hard times and get to the next spot. 10 of Wands. And just like this is your reminder to know that, yes, you're absolutely right. You absolutely deserve that dream life of yours where you and your loved ones can be happy, healthy, and safe and not have to prove anything to this world, that you deserve to be happy, healthy, and safe, and to just live your life and to celebrate. So this is your message and your reminder that you deserve that always. And maybe it doesn't feel like the best thing because it's like this isn't going to make time move forward, but we've got self-love. I think this was still validating in a sense, and to just know, like, don't give up and keep, like, keep going. I don't know. Peace of mind, like feeling at peace. You deserve to feel good right now. You deserve to feel at peace right now. And sometimes it's hard for us to feel that way when we're still trying to figure out how to get out of our current situation, because we're like, how could I feel peace here in this place? And then you kind of get to a point where you're like, you learn enough where you're like, you aren't going to get psyched out by your situation. You're going to always, you get to this point where you absolutely know, you're like, yeah, this situation, I don't deserve to be put through this. And once you get there, you might have an easier time starting to focus on, like, okay, what are some things I can do to feel good now, to it kind of like put those toxic events happening in life on mute, and to like basically not let certain people have power over you or get to control the way you feel or how your day goes, even if they think they are and that they're like getting away with it appearance wise. I'll give you an example. I was basically told I had to be separated from someone for some periods amount of time on a weekly basis. Otherwise, my internet will get shut off. And if I don't listen to that rule after an additional week, my car access will be disabled. And I just get the feeling things would just get worse from there. And it's like really, really unfair. So it's like appearances, these people in oppressive power and control are getting their way visually, but internally and in my actual life, I just know they're not. I just know that I'm going to just be better than that, honestly, because I don't care. Like, sort of. I'm also on the other boat of like, karma is a thing. Everyone's going to get their karma, and you can't treat people like this. But ultimately, I'm just like, you know, like the situation's unfair, and you kind of get to this point where you quote unquote let the situation think it has its control and power over you, but also like saying to that thing, no, you don't, and pointing it out like you're all into power and control and you're getting what you want right now, but just so you know, like, you're gonna have to face the consequences of your own actions eventually, and goodbye. And then you kind of like, in that way, like, step away from the situation. So I'm getting something like that for you, Monier. Yeah. Ten of Swords reversed. Yeah. And it's just kind of like bringing that power to like you getting to decide that it's over when you say it's over. Like, it's like certain connections refuse to end certain cycles with you. And now you're at that point where you're like, I get it. I have the power to just say it's over. Like, maybe they're still going to overstep and cross boundaries, but at least I am declaring this is over, and I'm going to keep living as though that is the case because it is my boundary to set. And then you just kind of like, they sort of fade away after some amount of time. Sometimes it's certain energy takes a lot longer than it should, but stick true to your path. Like, believe in love and encouragement and in peace, true encouragement. If someone's saying they're trying to encourage you, but they just make you feel worse, that's not encouragement. So that's another message. So yeah, that's what I've got for you, Monier. I hope that was a good reading for if you got to hear that. Sleepy, let's do your reading. Please let me know what you would like a reading on, and I will get right into it. I'm going to have some water. I might close my door and do a little bit of stretching. General reading on the possible future. Going through a really rough time right now with my mental health, but I have hope for the future. Yes, that is so good to hear. Good chatting with you too, Tam. You are absolutely welcome. Thank you for the donation. I just, hold on, before you head out, I just want to see so I can properly thank you. Aw, thank you. Aw, thanks. Remember, you're the best too. Much love, Soul Fam. Aw, whoa. I will stay safe. Thank you, Sleepy. And I'm drinking some water. Good night, Tam. Okay. Yeah, I mean it, Tam. Remember, you're the best. We all deserve to feel like that we have your Discord, that we have a right to like be on our journey and to matter to ourselves. Why did this world try to convince people that your journey's about something else? Like what? Taminator. I'll add you on Discord. But yeah. Okay. We've got determination, Sleepy. That's really cool. Hope for the future. Like you are determined. Maybe if I turn off these lights, it'll be easier to read the cards. 1 second. And I'm going to close the door. All right. Let's see. Nope. So that did not change it at all, to be honest. Maybe I'll find a new spot to place my webcam later, but so let's get into it. General reading on the possible future. I think I'm relating to you, Sleepy, where like I have hope for the future. It's being restored as we speak. But yeah, let's see. General reading on the possible future. We've got friendship. Yeah, I'm gonna turn back on my other light. So, okay, connecting more with others. Maybe you're gonna be going to the beach. I don't know. I think so. I think you're gonna go somewhere that's like really peaceful. So you're gonna move somewhere nice and warm and like go somewhere just way better. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. And if you're already there, then it's like, I don't know, spending more time with your friends and having more freedom. Yeah, feeling the warmth, you know? Know it all. Ooh. So I think it's like the future, the path that you want to go on to. Hey, Margaret. Thank you for watching my last Epoch videos. I'm glad that you're enjoying them. It actually means a lot to me. I have so many more. I've got the Acolyte. I'm going to be doing the Spellblade. I created my very first build of my own without looking at other people's builds, and that is a Sorcerer build. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And I'm going to try and craft another Acolyte build later. But yeah. We've got Intuition as well, Sleepy. So you have all the wisdom you need. You only need to rely on your intuition. Maybe I shouldn't say only. Yay! Hi, Passion Writer 19. I've missed you. I've missed you all. But yeah, I'm just getting that, like, you have a pretty clear vision of your future, Sleepy, or like you have a clear feeling of it. You want to feel how like friendship feels, where you feel like happy, where like you could do this forever, you know, like really enjoying being here, you know? Whereas when we go through rough situations in life, it honestly makes us feel like, I don't want to be here, you know? Like, this is really stressful. This is really unfair. This is not what my life is supposed to be like, you know? All that kind of energy. So, I think your future is going towards what your life is supposed to be like. Truly fun, enjoyable, peaceful, and good. Like supporters in your world, energy working for you, not against you. Five of Swords. Yeah, so maybe you've been having to deal with energy of people who get into mind games where it's mostly about control. Like they act like they're being logical, but they really are just doing things that get in the way of your path because they want your attention. And they don't have healthier communication styles of getting your attention. Yeah, I think that's what it really is. Truthfully, certain energies want your attention, and it could be for whatever the reason they think it is. It could be for a really like um, surface level reason, but deeper down, mostly at the end of the day, what it is that they're demanding is your time and your attention and your energy because they think they deserve it. They think they're entitled to it in some way, when really you are a blessing and a gift. So no, they are not. You get to decide who is worth your time and energy, not another being. So yeah, I think you're pulling away from those types of energies in life. And let me know if this is resonating. If I was going in the right direction at some point, but then steered in the wrong direction at another point, like let me know so that I can like keep going. But also, usually I just keep flipping cards and it'll just kind of keep bringing whatever messages need to come together. And eventually I see the picture. The Chariot, moving forward. Yeah, something that I said about like moving away from that energy. It looks like, yeah, you're moving forward. And the times where the journey feels like at a halt is that there's those energies that hold you back at times. This could even be your own thoughts getting in your way sometimes. Like sometimes you feel like maybe you get in your own way a little bit. But I think that's simply because you're low on fuel. Like you need to recharge and like something's missing or something feels off about like going to the next stage, you know? And you'd be like, okay, cool. Thanks, Sleepy. I appreciate hearing that reassurance. So yeah, and then the Knight of Swords. And that's because, yeah, so yeah, just remember like when things are moving forward, that's because you've got what you needed. Like trust. This is something I heard just recently from a channel I watch, Intuitive Gems. Trust that the things that are meant to happen for you will happen when they are meant to at the right time. And that can be difficult to trust, but sometimes that faith and trust can really help you get through it, like that hope that you're talking about. So it's on its way to you. Some quick like delivery is coming to you that will provide you fuel to move forward as the Chariot. Yep, Six of Swords, so that you can get the things, pack your things and go, so to speak. Collect the things that you need to. So that's what I've got. That's okay, Fashion Writer 19. I will be back. I'm going to be doing more of these. I promise, because I have a situation right now where I'm forced to have a certain amount of alone time each week. I love my alone time, but having it forced is a little much, right? But I'm going to be trying to go live as much as I can. Like, with my energy in mind. So yeah, hopefully we get time to do a reading later. Thank you for saying hi. I hope you're doing well. Just a quick reading or a quick card for you is keep working on what you're working on. Like, you're really building something here, that Eight of Pentacles. And yeah. Woo. And then Sleepy, we got the Seven of Pentacles reversed. I'm getting like, maybe you know that there's not that much more time that you have to wait on your situation too. It's about time. Like, something has sprouted here. These plants that you've looked at that have seemed that always like they haven't blossomed and you've been staring at them for a while. That's not the case anymore. Something is about to sprout, or something already has. So take a look at your finances. Take a look at your situation. Reevaluate it if you don't see this already. But Sleepy, something's telling me that you already are seeing clear, physical, tangible signs that something has sprouted, and you're like, you can foresee that you're getting to a much better spot in life really soon. It might not be like in a week or in a few days, but like, I feel like, for example, you have a time frame that you can look at. Like, for me, I don't see myself being in this situation any longer than this year. Like, I really don't. And each year it's sort of felt closer and closer to that, but I was a little more unsure in the past years. But right now I have a specific date. I almost gave the dates, but sometimes it's nice to just kind of like, I don't know, hold on to that, and the plan. Because when you've got like energy working against you for whatever reason, you have a right to like speak openly about your plans. But sometimes you never know. There are certain people in energy, I should say, that when they hear the intention in a certain setting, will like somehow try to interfere. That's not to spook anyone, but just like, for why I'm not going to announce to you all on the channel on all of my plans right now is because I'm in this sort of like survival mode. So I'm like, I will go more into the details as more of the plant blossoms. But yeah, Sleepy, it looks like that's going on for you, that there should be some tangible developments that have happened recently. It might just be some small sprouts or some pretty big roots if it hasn't been that yet. Yeah, move in silence. Yeah, like a secret operation. Dun 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 dun. You know, and share the information at the right time with the right people. Because also sometimes sharing things helps as well. Like, I shared some of my information with, I think, the right source recently, and like, that was a good thing for my manifestation. So yeah, being really clever. Remember that you are clever and you are resourceful, and you have all of the knowledge and wisdom within you to get through this and to get to your true reality of like people who respect your boundaries, people who treat you right, you having plenty of resources, lots of abundance, desirable things, wants, like all the things that you've always wanted, you know? You're getting there. You're gonna get it. Okay? King of Cups. So remember, you are on it. You're on top of this. Fortune's in your favor. You are the main character. You win. You come out on top. Life favors you. Like, those are some affirmations for you. And just like message about that of like, yeah, the strength card, that just know that like everything you're feeling and like overcoming right now takes so much strength, so much more strength than the Five of Swords energy would acknowledge and give recognition. So this is some recognition that I would like to give to you, that like I know you're a very strong person, because it really takes true strength to be so compassionate and so like loving and understanding on such a planet, in such a world and reality where a lot of people, for whatever reason, don't think, that aren't so kind. I don't know. Like, just to put the Five of Swords more lightly. Intuitively know what to share with whom, and with whom you share. Yeah. So that's what I've got for you, Sleepy. I hope you liked that reading. I kind of want to flip some more cards for you anyways, just because I'm gonna cap out my readings with Margaret as my last reading. So yeah. A fiery climax approaches. Look at the bigger picture. Yeah, this is time. Yeah, so some pretty big events are gonna happen. So this is like, right now is the time to get amped, to keep that hope alive and encouraged to like create like a plan, like do activities of your own, so to speak, Sleepy. Like, and if you need any advice on a plan, like this friendship card is good. Ask your friends, ask your trusted like resources, stuff like that, if you ever need to. But yeah, this is like some big things are happening. Like, for example, with the markets, for example, if any of you are into investments like crypto, I've heard possibly there could be some things going on, especially in February. So it might be good to like look at that for a random example. But it can be whatever is like comes to your mind. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad this was the right reading for you, Sleepy. Yeah, Margaret. And Margaret is Cat's theirs. Cat's theirs is Margaret. So yeah, I've done Monier's reading, Sleepy. Ilka, let me know what you would like a reading on. We're gonna be doing Baby Fantasia next. Toge? Oh, Margaret, you're already in the list. Sorry, Asia. Then you are. It ends with Asia. I didn't know Margaret was on the list. Because at the beginning, I read the first part of your list, and then I saw the last name, which was yours. I was like, cool. And then I saw Margaret show up on the live chat later, and I was like, oh, I've definitely got to add Margaret to the list, though. So, yeah, the list that you've got written right there is my official list that we're sticking with. Oh, yeah, if Douglas likes you, or if it's in your head. Okay, so anytime I feel like a crush on anyone, I'm now at the point that have you ever watched those shows where there's that like overly confident like character? They're like really funny, and they're really, really sweet, and then like there had been like bullies in the show or the movie that like make that person feel like a loser or treat them like such, but we know that that's really like not it at all. And then they're like, they see someone, they're like, that person's so cool, whoa, they totally want me. And then it's like ha ha ha, but also like we love the confidence they have, and then they turn out to be right because the person actually is really interested in them. if you know that character type that I'm talking about, my point is we all deserve to be that character. We all deserve to have that confidence where that when we like someone that we feel confident of, like, yeah, I think they like me too. As we know in this world, there's a lot of hate crime. That's a heavy term. Not term. It is, but that's a heavy subject. But that is a whole other thing. So just putting it out there, just to let you all know that I am pretty aware that that there's risks and things to be mindful of like not wanting to say like a toxic message, uh, like allowing people, oh, if I know someone, if I know I like someone, I can do whatever. Like, no, I don't want to that like that. You all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But no, not that. But the confidence where you can feel okay and feel like you deserve that when you like someone, that that feeling is real and valid, that it is. So before we even do the reading, I'm gonna just go with yes. The fact that you want to know that and you have these like any sort of feelings, that means there's chemistry, because chemistry like reactions only happen when there's a genuine chemical reaction between like two or more or whatever things. I'm not really super into science, but that whole analogy, when you feel something, it's real, it's there. As to where that person is at or who they are, like ultimately at that point on their journey, that's something that's different. And like, and you know that saying that just even if there are feelings doesn't mean you should act on them. Like, it's like you deserve to feel valid, and it's okay if like, yeah, in other words, like true, like even if you feel a certain way, maybe like they might not feel to that same extent as you. So maybe if you're asking if he feels like the same extent with you consciously at the front of his conscious, that we can do a reading on that. I think it just clicked with me that that's what you're asking. Sorry, that took me a bit of time, but here we are. I see. So friendship reverse kind of came through, but I am just holding this deck upside down. So we get friendship and intimidation. I can't get the words in with the lighting, unfortunately, but friendship, intimidation, pretty much reversed. No, I think he's interested in you. I think he is. That's what I get from these cards in the way that I received them. We get the Hanged Man. The King of Wands reversed. Okay, but maybe like you or him or both of you are in this pause where neither of you know how to take action. Like, I think you both have mutual feelings and you're both wondering similar things, but you both don't know that and you both don't know how to approach each other. I mean, you're not necessarily intimidated by each other. Let me know if that resonates. Like, you're not necessarily like, yeah, that like worried. You're like generally pretty comfortable around each other, but you're still not sure. Like, you're not too worried of like giving things some sort of a chance, but you're still being careful and you're still being mindful, because you do like the friendship does mean a lot to you. So you're not like worried about trying. You're just a little bit worried of like opening that jar, and then if it messes with like the connection afterwards, maybe. So I'm getting, if you're not so much intimidated by the idea of what if he has feelings or this or that, but just about what happens to the connection afterwards, because the connection means a lot to you. Wow, so that was really straightforward. Let's just get some advice. We've got the Devil's card. Okay. And the Four of Swords. Okay, so maybe there is a little bit of tact here that is coming through as advice. Like being patient, maybe. Knight of Pentacles, take it slow. Which sometimes we don't want to, because we're like, we deserve to admit how we're feeling right now, you know? Nine of Wands. But I'm getting maybe energetically, like you might both not be in that space for that, which has nothing to do with each other or your feelings for each other, but just more to do with your personal journeys. Yeah, I guess you've both maybe have been wounded and are a little bit worried, or maybe a lot worried about losing the connection just in general, that you'd rather just keep the connection comfortable and healthy because it's still in a pretty good spot, but that you're both at a certain spot in your life that if you're both pretty wounded and something were to shake things up a little uh intensely, that like you're both like not so sure that you're both at a place like health wise to be able to withstand a shake up to the foundation. So I think maybe you're both rather comfortable with the connection as it is. So that's really tough because you're still wondering about it. So let's look into some advice just about dealing with that question. And like, I feel like you have a right to still communicate. The Four of Wands. So maybe you can still talk about it and still take things slow. Six of Swords. And the Page of Wands. I think like if there's a good time, like if you don't know how to go about it, maybe there's a good timing for it. Like you'll get an opportunity. I think you want to talk about it. So if that's what you want and that's what you would like to move forward with the connection, that a good time for it will still come up, and it'll be at a time where you maybe both feel ready to um, have that conversation. Maybe you'd be a little bit excited and nervous at that time, but you'll still end up acting on it anyways. Just remember all of your previous connections and how there was certain timings where you were able to like put yourself out there and it was like, whoa. Hi Empress M128. Um, as of right now, I'm going to be closing out on my readings, but I do plan to be back later to do readings, and that would include free readings. So hopefully I can do a reading for you in a future live stream. So sorry about that, but I hope that I can do a reading for you later. Ah, yeah. Thank you. But yeah, so I hope that was helpful for you, Ilka. I really do feel like that there's some mutual feelings there. I did want to look into that, and I saw the moon, which is that like it is undetermined as to how much he feels and what he wants. As to what he wants, I don't know. But like as for there being some feelings there, I feel like you'll be able to express yours, and then he will probably deliver his as well, and it'll be up to where he's at on his journey on like how much, like how honest he'll be with his feelings. So yeah, I think sometimes there are certain people where they're just more on board of like there being a certain chemistry, but that like they don't know how to like bring any sort of validation to the other person to let them know that like there's nothing wrong with them, that maybe they do still would like to just be just friends, but that like they want to let them know that their feelings are real and valid, and that they do have like deep love, like mutual unconditional love for you. I feel like that is really what we're looking for when we ask people if they feel the same way. Like, it's fine if they don't have the exact same chemistry that we were feeling, but just that validation that they recognize that our connection is special, you know? Like, I feel like you deserve that, and I feel like you'll at the least hopefully get something like that out of that time that comes up, where you'll be able to like have that conversation with this person, with Douglas. So I'm glad it resonates. All right, baby Fantasia. If you're still here, let me know. And I love your advice that you gave me. I'm scrolling back up. Yes, what would you would like to know? What miracle are you manifesting next? So I'm gonna give it a minute. Baby Fantasia, if you're here, let me know. Cool, you're here. You're welcome, Ilka. I feel like things are coming together. I feel like you've really been connecting and meeting more and more of those special connections. Um, so I'm really happy to know that, because like you post quite frequently on Instagram. So it's really reassuring that I can kind of get some sort of snippets as to how you're doing. But yeah, I'm glad you're here, baby Fantasia. Okay. What miracle are you manifesting next? So I'm going to try to have all the cards out face down before I look at them. We'll see. Cool. This card fell on the ground face down, so Spirit allows it. And Toge, if you're still here, Togi, yeah, then let me know. Because, yeah, you would be next for readings. Okay. 3 cards. All right, let's look into it all at once. So I'm just going to, I see Cancer. Okay. Full moon in Cancer. So I'm a Cancer rising sign. So that's cool. If you've got water anywhere in your chart, baby Fantasia, that would be really interesting. But yeah, a personal issue reaches resolution. We've got self-love. I'm getting a lot of themes here. Sorry about all the lighting, the glare. Communication. Pisces moon. I'm a Pisces sun. Wow. You get it. Okay. The World card, the 5 of Cups, and the Emperor. Or rather, the Emperor, 5 of Cups, and the World card. So, well, you seem to be moving forward from dealing with a personal loss and, like, finding yourself. What you're manifesting at this time is, like, better communication with yourself and with the world and with others, pretty much, and moving forward from dissatisfactory connections, uh, dissatisfactory communication, having to deal with certain energy or people, or situations in life that are unfair to you. You're realizing you have a right to basically like disconnect from those and be like, no, I just know what I'm worth. And no matter how much you think that I have to prove that to you, situation or person or energy or shadow energy within the self, you're like, I don't. And when it's with yourself, you're like, to yourself, you're like, self, come here. You can like give yourself a hug, you know? So I think what's manifesting for you is a lot of self-love. And that's going to feel really, really good. And that's going to get things moving forward. So what physical manifestations will come with that, with what you're manifesting next? The High Priestess, clarity, wisdom, confidence, content. You'll feel really content with where you're at and with where you're going. Trust that even though you're transitioning from some maybe like difficult scenario or not scenario, difficult environment situation, you feel content knowing that you're transitioning to a much safer, healthier, and happier environment. The wheel, yep, where fortune is on your side, the wheel of fortune. So what's happening next with your manifestation is feeling really good about where you're going, and then where you're going gradually is going to be more and more good luck coming your way, blessings and fortune. So having a positive financial upswing of events is what I think is going to be happening as you transition. Like, what's going to get you through that struggle is gradually you're going to be getting opportunities for whatever. You might get some situations like where you receive help in getting food. You'll receive help in like job opportunity or whatever. I'm thinking of the movie Cruella. If Baby Fantasia, if you've watched Cruella and the main character, how she like where she starts and then she meets like a group of loved ones and then they like have their own like thing where they survive, and then like she kind of gets a job at a place that just it makes her a janitor, but then she gets really drunk there and like ruins the store, but it makes the store better actually. And someone who like the store works with, who like owns it so to speak, sees the work and there she's like, who was this? And they like point at the person that they fired now, and she's like, you fools, you fired the only amazing thing here or whatever. And then like she gets hired all. So it's like one opportunity to the next. I feel I really need a lot of luck. I feel since the end of 2020, I dealt with a lot of personal loss in your life. It's been really intense. I wonder if this was karma for me. I think we all have karma. And what karma to me is a universal law that energy that has happened that we give out returns to us. And it's a matter of seeing if that sounds true or false. So let's say you're like, I give out really peaceful energy. I really feel like I'm trying to be a good person. I really feel like I am a good person and that I have a lot of love to give. Then ask, am I receiving this? And then if it's like, no, you're not receiving all that, then that is saying that there is energy flow where other people's karma are being put onto you and they're trying to escape their own karma. So to me, karma is something that is supposed to favor you. It's to me a low-key reward system that's not so much reward. It's more so just like understanding that we all deserve good things, because if people were to claim you don't deserve good things because you could be ungrateful or hurtful or like take from another or whatever, and basically say you don't deserve good things because you did something bad, that's them claiming that it's because you're doing something bad or that you're only good if you work for being good. The fact they're saying that tells me that they technically do believe in karma in a sense, but they just don't understand. So they don't want people to think sometimes, and by they, this is like a general they, I don't know who, but sometimes there are a type of people that, or energy, that doesn't want you to think that you deserve good things because they want karma to be more of a myth, or if karma exists, that it could be punishing. But really, karma is the recognition that we all deserve good things. Because if karma exists and we're quote unquote being punished, that's the reminder that we obviously deserve, like, that there's a system of punishment or reward. And if there is such a thing, anyone in charge of that would know that nobody deserves punishment, that we all deserve good things. Because the only reason you would quote unquote deserve punishment in a system of quote unquote other people's vision of karma would be for doing something bad rather than doing something good. Meaning, doing something good is the right thing. Like, people on this planet sometimes like to try and convince people there's no such thing as the right thing. I think there is. I think there totally is such thing as the right thing, and that it's not so simple, and that nobody's perfect. So trust yourself that you do deserve good things, is what I'm trying to say. Really felt like the universe was I wouldn't say punishing me, but was testing me to my limit, and the timing of everything was just ridiculous. Yes. This is true. This is something that I experienced, where it's like, even when we really feel like we know we deserve good, we can still get really psyched out by things happening, where we can really ask ourselves, we're like, I've already been learning that I deserve good things, so why are these bad things happening? I think that could be because, like, it's other people more so than you, that even with how much you've learned with yourself, now it comes maybe the hard part, which is pushing out the energies that have gotten so comfortable and so privileged and entitled to your energy, that they think they can get away with continuously treating you certain ways, you know? So it very much feels like that. So, like, I feel like you get it. Like, I agree that I don't think the universe is punishing you, but rather that, like, due to all that's happened and having to learn this lesson full circle with the wheel and the world, that it's like it's still going to take kind of that push from you to really overcome these sort of tests, to really prove, like, you know your worth, you know you deserve love, and you know you deserve, like, good people who give you really good encouragement and communication, and, like, respect your boundaries and everything. So I think whatever punishment is a reflection of what the people who are doing to you actually need to have returned to them. That's their energy that needs to be reciprocated back to them and returned to them. And in their own due time, that will happen. Their karma will catch up to them, and you don't have to worry about it. You shouldn't have to. You do, like, you deserve that validation that people don't get away with doing wrong things, because you're not trying to wrong anybody, but it's just that you've seen a lot of wrong things happen, and that's not right. So the universe is gonna make things happen. Like, yeah, we can wish them well, but nobody escapes their karma, you know? They needed to give me a few decade break. They need to give me a few decade break, yeah. We need an eternal break. We need forever of peace and relaxation. We shouldn't have ever had to deal with these types of tests. So hopefully we can get there. But I think we're going to come out of this so much stronger and happy and, like, healthy and really powerful, like, beings full of love, unconditional love. I'm riding the train. If I were to, like, throw a theory out to what happens after our life on Earth, my hope is that there's more, you know? But yeah, I'm going to take a short break. I hope that resonates, and I hope that was a good reading, and I hope those were good words for you, baby Fantasia. Let's just flip one last card of, like, what's manifesting for you. Take time to breathe out. So yeah, that break you're talking about, getting time to yourself, to have a breather and to feel good, like, this is manifesting. And you're going to get a lot more of that. My cat wants it, so yeah. You're welcome. Oh, okay. I'm glad. I'm glad those were good messages. Many of you know that I get very self-conscious because I'm like, I could say all the right things or I could be saying all the wrong things, and yeah, I get in my head about all that. Hi, Snavi. Margaret says hello. Okay. So I don't see Togi. So I'm going to flip a few cards just for Togi. If let me see if I can find it. Hold on. So I see a message from Togi, but I don't. Either I don't have the language pack on my software, or I don't know what those words mean. So I'm not sure. So since I'm not so sure about that, I think I'm just going to move forward. We're going to do Margaret's reading. So Margaret, hi. What would you like a reading on? And my energy is crashing, so I am going to have to sum up these last few readings. Asia, thank you. I just saw. Thank you for the donation. It truly means a lot to me. Oh no. But yeah, Margaret, if my audio's fixed. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, so if you know what you want a reading on, let me know. Cool, cool. I'm glad it's back, Margaret. I was pretty much just asking, what would you like a reading on? That's very interesting. Could be Mercury retrograde with your device or whatever. I almost laughed, but I'm like, no, seriously. Could very well be Mercury retrograde because we're entering one right now. So yeah. Have a good night, Ilka. Thank you for stopping by and doing this, and getting a reading. And yeah. Yeah, no, it's fine. Let's do it. What is the holdup with the soulmate? The end of a tough cycle approaches. I feel like we get this a lot, like a Capricorn energy. Your commitment is being tested. Well, that sounds like the universe is making sure you're ready. But it's still annoying, all the delays. You really do just deserve someone. You really do. You deserve love and soulmates and a special soulmate, like a connection, like a significant other type of a thing. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, King of Pentacles, and the Sun. I think the universe is saying it's because we're still all the good fortune and good things physically, financially, so forth are still coming into your world. I feel like hopefully you've been having some good recoveries. I know there's always things that go on with your health. But with a lot of the posts I've seen on your Instagram, like I've seen you've gotten like a lot of upgrades with like your housing, your like reality, your like environment. So maybe one of the reasons is like there's all the good things are still flowing in. Like if you feel like a lot of good stuff has already come your way and you're already feeling content, spirit is sort of saying like, well, there's more. So raise the bar to the absolute highest, so to speak. Like know that you deserve so much more, the absolute best, really positive healing and things. And everyone's got their own journey, so it's like we are all like realistic with our own selves of what we think we can or cannot ever receive in this lifetime, but it's like really freeing to believe that we deserve anything and everything that our heart desires. Got a better handle on your health now, going fully vegan, handling the gastroparesis better. That's really good. That is so difficult. One of my loved ones, uh, their friend, recently had a kid, and their kid was born with it now. So that sounds heartbreaking, and it's like that will be a journey. And I think it definitely has a lot to do with like generational trauma, so to speak. Um, I think going vegan helps a lot with that path because my mom has my I don't know mm, beings, I don't know, biological beings has that, and um yeah, I was born generally like undiagnosed as like a golden child healthy person, but I grew up with all of her stuff, her health issues, while everyone telling me I'm perfectly healthy, even though I come from her and she's like totally not. Um, so I know certain things. And going full vegan, I still have dairy here and there, and I'm wanting to cut out dairy for like 2 weeks or for like a month. Um, as of right now, with the foods we have, I can't fully cut it out all the time financially, and like with what everyone wants to do, but I'm wanting to carve some time to like go fully vegan for at least a few weeks because it really improves my health personally when I do that. Home life is at its best since moving to Cali. That's really, really good to hear. Mainly puree foods from that progressing plays a huge role in digestion. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that you're handling things better and that you're like there are some things that work, and I am sending out prayers and blessings to your health, um, for some miracle healing and curing. Okay. One last card. But with the pandemic, okay, cool. I wasn't sure what the last part was, but with the pandemic, stock buying is really tough for full vegan. But I'm for sure in that boat of just the pancake mix has milk in it. Yeah, it's like you do what you can. Okay, Four of Wands. Yeah, I think it's like you're on that path and things are coming together, and like right now is a tough time, but try to hold on to that like heart of yours where those feelings, something may never come back the way it was, but that you know that you're gonna like find what you're looking for. So yeah, that's what I get for what the holdup is. It's like a timing thing. But yeah, the answers you need are coming. This is on the back of the deck. So I think you're going to end up in more places on your journey where you're going to see how, like, to take care of yourself, really, that you needed to go through certain things. So I feel like it has to do with your healing journey. Like, you deserve love and to be with your person now. It just might be, like, A, it might be really difficult due to where you're both at. And then B, like, when you are with that person, it does distract you from your own journey, to be honest. Or it can, I should say. Maybe it doesn't for everyone, because maybe some people really get everything ready and then they come together with someone, and that's awesome. Some people will come together with people at a really fast time or at a random time, and then it can be difficult because you still have a lot of stuff going on. So it's like maybe this is just to like like you're really like taking care of yourself, and maybe you've got more of that to go, and you can't rush yourself with your healing. So I think when you get to a certain point with your physical healing and everything, mental, emotional, all of it, the trauma, I think you'll have more of an idea of like how to connect with your soul connections out there. Yeah, and but perhaps your soulmate isn't as well. Yeah. But just know that when you're ready, you still deserve someone willing and able to at least start something with you and be committed, even if they are busy with their journey or they're not ready or they're still healing, You very much deserve to be with someone like now. Um, and and if you know this, then it's only a matter of time. I feel like if you're in that space where you can like connect and like put yourself out there and it feels like good to you and you really want to, then like nothing should hold you back, even your past connections. But yeah, 1 second. Hello.
Hi. We're gonna get Taco Bell instead.
Okay.
Are you fine? Do you want the Fiesta burrito and the Blue Island fries?
That sounds good. You don't need a ride? Okay.
I'm also not going. They're
Okay.
just gonna come back and drop it
Okay. Is your friend drives or something?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because yeah, if it was like a Lyft or something, which wouldn't. Okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to take a nap before my shift.
Okay, I think I'm going to. Are the parents still not here?
Yeah.
I think I'm still gonna make the rice and the Beyond thing. Do you just put it on the pan and you just cook it with lemongrass and maybe sugar, or lemongrass and sugar? Okay, cool. Good night. So yeah, that's what I've got for you, Margaret. It's like the information you need is on its way to you, and then depending on how ready you feel, is probably going to be the biggest indicator of like what the holdup is. And yeah, true, when waiting on a person, the holdup is the person then. If you're waiting on someone, the holdup is absolutely the person. Yeah, that's how I feel. So yeah. All right, Asia. So GB ghosts and then contacts me out of the blue, and he contacted me today. How's he going to react when he finds that my energy has changed? I love him, but I am focused on my spiritual growth. You're welcome, Margaret. Four of Wands. The Four of Wands to me is a happy card. So I think that, like, that you're going to a higher vibration where people are like really kind and inviting and accepting and wanting to be in your journey, however your connection already is. So he's either going to be like all right with things and be like feeling similarly, or like we'll have to move out of the way. The Hermit card. And the Emperor card. It's going to depend on how much self-work he's put in. How much like soul searching did he do during this time? The Chariot. And then things moving forward. It feels like things are probably going to move forward. I feel like he's going to be receptive to that conversation. I think he'll react well, is my guess. So how's he going to react? Ace of Pentacles. I think he might be receptive to this new like energy between the two of you. The Seven of Swords and the Two of Wands. And the Ace of Cups. But he might go with whatever you go with. Like if you say that, this is just a guess, I don't know, but he might be like, oh yeah, same. Like I also like my energy's changed. Like I just mostly want to like friends. Like that's cool. Like being in each other's life. Like that's all like, or like, oh yeah, that's fine. Like that's fine. I don't care. Like, like a defensive energy where like clearly doesn't reveal what he was really thinking. So if you kind of want to know, Marley, yes, you're someone I absolutely should wanna. You're absolutely somebody that I want to do a reading with, anyways. So I will end the reading with you actually, but yeah. So I'm getting like, if you want to know his real thoughts, like what his intention. If you want to know his intentions, maybe like the advice coming through is to kind of like see what he has to say and like kind of like you can still be honest. Like, for example, you could be like, hey, so I have a lot of thoughts, but I want to know exactly what you want out of this right now, before I say anything, because I would like to know your thoughts and to hear where you're coming from. Like, that's what I'm getting. Like, as if you want to know his thoughts, but I'm getting if you're like very upfront, super quick and everything, it'll give him a lot to think about, and he'll probably get more defensive, not open up about what his intentions so much were. And then I feel like he'll ultimately be receptive to your idea and then come back and be like, yeah, totally. But he might like bury those other feelings deep down or something, or like be able to communicate them later. It'll depend on him. That's not your job. You do what you want to do, how you feel comfortable doing it. But these are some things to consider. Who he is as a person. It might be like there might be better communication if he was given like an opportunity to try and say what's on his mind first. And then if he's just beating around the bush and he can't tell you what his intentions are or what he wants, at that point, I feel like you don't have enough patience to be like, oh yeah, okay, and like go longer of like him ghosting you and then showing back up. I feel like you'll take the opportunity to be like, okay, so here's what I want then. And you'll like say your thing. Like one way or another, I think you're gonna deliver the news. But possibly if you like see where it goes, he might tell you his intentions first or something. Is how I think about it. But yeah, it's all gonna be how it goes. Like you'll just have to see. But ultimately, I think he's gonna be generally receptive. And on the lower ends of receptivity, he might like not say much. But like I don't think there will be like some like big reaction of like being really, really upset. Like I think like he'll be okay on the outside. And on the inside, I feel like he has like a lot of real feelings, I think. Um, like there's a really deep connection that he feels with you, but how much of that emotional maturity has he practiced, and like does he emulate on the outside? Reacted differently with his last ghosting, didn't chase him for the first time. Wow. Yeah, I think I remember that. I think last time you were talking about that where you're like, not this time. Um, this could be a different connection, but I think it was that one. And then like here we are, like sure enough, those people tend to still make a reappearance because chances are that's like most of how they hop around in their day-to-day life. And it's probably catching up to them, like how karma catches up to people. Wow. I vaguely remember hearing Scorpio, yeah. So yeah, I think since you know what you want and this time to yourself and not like giving that energy, your energy in return, since they're not giving you energy really, not the energy you're looking for. I feel like it served you well, and yeah, I'm really happy for you, Asia. I'm doing the same thing actually. I think at one point after like 7 months or 8 months, I like did reach out. All of a sudden, it was like something happened, and then like a day later, I was like, "No, forget this. I'm sorry. Like, what am I doing? Ignore this." And luckily, that person did ignore it, and so I basically got no contact with someone for almost 12 months, I think now. 3 years of the same thing won't be carried into 2022. That is so funny you say that because my thing was from 2018 to 2019 to 2020 to the start of 2021. Mine was a little on and off for about 3-4 years, so very similar amount of time. Wow. You are welcome. So yeah, Marley. Am I getting your name right? I am so sorry. Um I don't know why. I always get it off by like one letter, but I think I always say Marnie when it's Marley. And I'm like 99% sure I've got it. Okay, cool. Yeah. The other day, I saw your comment. I was like, thanks, Marley. And I was like, I got in my head. I was like, I feel like I cannot get it wrong another time. That would just be too cruel. So I was like, I'm just going to edit this comment. Because, yeah, I'm really glad to hear that. Yeah, just know, like, I totally know your energy. I love your singing, by the way. I like that song. I only listened to the original song like one time after that, and I was like, "Whoa, yes!" And then I added it to my library, but I haven't gone back to my library since. Um, but yeah, wow, everyone, 2018. Oh, that is 3 years, not four, huh? I don't know. Numbers are kind of confusing. Of course. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing and uploading that. It was really beautiful. I thought of you when I was singing in the car last night. I was like, I want to just express my voice as openly as I can. Because I was in the car by myself and I was like, okay, let's do it. And it's always so nice. And I feel like I can only do it by myself um, for a really long time. But yeah. Okay, let's see. Is the man you're dating your soulmate? Or should you dump him well? I think even if it's a soul connection, soulmate connection, that's no excuse. But I don't know what it's no excuse for. I just know it's no excuse. Like the fact you're wondering that, whatever is going on, you don't deserve to have that going on, you know? You deserve support and people who get you. You deserve your partner who really does get you and treats you right. 7 of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. You've been really giving it time and it's becoming very painful energetically. 4 of Wands. But I think it's a matter of what you want. I think you're tired of all this, but you just want things to come together. Page of Swords. So maybe there's more to learn here. 4 of Cups. And I think it's saying that maybe there's stuff to work out, communication issues. Whoa, he hasn't really done anything wrong. Whoa. So yeah, maybe it's okay. Wow. Well, that's good. Honestly, I can relate to that in a lot of ways, but I'm very fiery and I feel so I feel like when you feel like something's off or that something's still missing, that feeling is correct. But my advice from what I learned on my journey is that that doesn't mean you need to find that in a relationship. You can or a romantic relationship. You can still have the connection you have with your partner and still go look for what you're looking for. And you can still find it without crossing lines or boundaries or something like that. So if things are going good in your relationship, maybe you just need time to think and that you might not be ready for such a big shift. So I think your issue or your concern, I should say, is about how you've been feeling unsure or feeling like this isn't maybe what you ultimately, this isn't everything that you're looking for. And you want to go explore your journey and be free. But that right now, maybe you're just not feeling so up for fully doing that yet. For some reason with the 4 of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. So I think you're still looking for something within yourself before you're ready to make a decision about this connection. So I don't think you're wasting your time, to be honest. I think you're like, um, I think you're just figuring things out, honestly. And then you have a lot of heavy energy that you still have been trying to let go of, that you're not sure how yet, or it's coming together on how to let go of some heavy energy that has happened along your journey. But I think you're still on that path of releasing really heavy energy. So I think you can celebrate, maybe if you would like to meet new people at least, and just make friendships and connections, and you're honest, then yes. And if yeah, and then just try and weigh out if the connections you need to make are just new friendships or whatever, or if you really are still looking for romance, which you have a right to. Your body, your choice. That's my motto now. Like when I think about my life decisions, I'm like, my body, my choice. Like I should be allowed to do what I want and spend time with who I want. But if you're with someone and they really matter to you, like that energy of self-worth and so much can be sometimes really, really powerful, that we could make choices that would hurt our loved ones. So like third party situations. So I think just like kind of keep in mind that you like you could like that since you are with someone, that like both you and how that person feel will be affected by your own decisions. You still have every right to do what you would like to do, but as some advice to that in mind, we get the star, which is like, yeah, you deserve to still be hopeful and know what you deserve and what you want in life and to go for it. You shouldn't be held back, but it's just something to consider. um so I think if you want to take your time and take this time of your life slowly and kind of keep things on pause a little bit before you really make up your mind, and like take that time to think with the Page of Swords, that this might be really, and to remain hopeful. And if you get to points where you cannot do that, like for me, there were times where I was like, I cannot just keep being patient right now. Like it's time I take that Four of Cups offer that like could really shake up the foundation of like my connection or my relationship or my way of life right now, like environment. Like I get to a point too where like you just like cannot keep withstanding a certain way of life, and you just end up making certain choices. um be patient, understanding with yourself through all of that too, and like just be on your side is what I think is coming through this. Um, my guess is that like to if he's done nothing wrong, that maybe give things more time, um, and just kind of like give yourself time to really think and consider everything. Consider yourself and consider your partner. If he's done nothing to wrong you, I think both you and your partner really deserve that consideration, so that you're on the same page when you're ready to like communicate that. But I think right now you don't feel like it's a good time to talk to him about certain stuff. So my advice for that, wow, I get all the swords. So I pulled the Seven of Swords right here. And then on the back of the deck, I pulled the Eight of Swords. So there's a lot of mental energy that to work through. Nine of Swords. And then I saw the five. I kept pulling swords energy, which to me, I'm getting like maybe something that's a little frustrating is like when hearing think about it, I think a thought comes up where you're like, I have thought about it. Like, exactly. Like, I think you are already a very considerate person and you already thought a lot about it. And it's maybe even kept you up at night if that matches the Nine of Swords uh, um, card appearance of the card. Um, and I'm getting like disengage. I'm getting like if you feel like and I think you also do that too. I think like when you feel stuck with someone or in a situation, but you also feel like you can't say what's on your mind because you don't want to hurt that person or you don't want something like a bad outcome, you then disengage from it with the Five of Swords. And you're just kind of like in your own world and you know what you're looking for, you know what your desires are, but you're not like saying it. I'm getting like that, like being in your own world at this time, and like that truth and that depth that in there to follow that. Yeah, I shut down too. So I'm getting like those times might not be so bad. maybe that worries your partner, and I think those come from walls. Like, you shut down and put your walls up and stick to keeping to yourself because you don't want to hurt anyone. But sometimes just by being so mysterious and distant, that hurts people too. But also, if they knew what your thoughts were, that might hurt them too. Like, it's really hard. So I put all the cards back in here, and we're going to get advice about that. What to do. 9 of Cups. Bank on your wishes and your desires. Know that you deserve your wishes to come true. Death card. And the 2 of Cups. Wow. That as you keep looking for what you want, and you feel like something's out there that you're still needing validation, reciprocating something back to you, you'll find that, and then you'll come together. You and your partner will feel more connected because you can hone in on like just that love that you feel. So, and then I see the 7 of Swords again. So I think it just depends on what you want. If you know that you do really love your partner and everything, that maybe like still look for what you're looking for in life, but keep those boundaries and everything in mind. Also know that you're not perfect, and that if you end up not getting the timeline or path that you really want, that's called learning. and that'll be okay, and you're still on the path to everything that you're looking for. So I think the advice to you is just letting you know your wishes are coming true, your manifestations are on their way naturally, that you don't necessarily have to get anyone's permission, and that those manifestations will come to you. So I hope that was a helpful reading. Generally, I get like, as for like a, should you like end things right now, like totally, like if I were to just go with my own guess, it's leaning towards like give it more time, but everything is up to you. Ooh, I don't want to add pressure, but it's basically, it's your decision. Life experiences and lessons are pretty much, we kind of have to learn them through making whatever choice ourselves would make, not what someone else or what the universe even knows. So sometimes the universe knows the right answer, but you still have to make your own choice, even if it's not that answer, to learn that and then to know. So I don't know. And we'll pull one card from here because it'll be like a keyword, and I feel like that'll be good. Subconscious. Yeah, I think you just gotta go off of more like instinct, and like go with your intuition, go with you. Like, you sort of don't owe anyone anything. You yourself deserve happiness for your journey. So I think when you go off into your own world, it's because you're acknowledging and like practicing that recognition in yourself, that you like, that your journey is about you. So you're like getting deep with yourself and getting intimate with yourself when you do that. So yeah. Hi, Al. I am so sorry. I'm completely wiped out with energy, and if I'm to be able to get food, I need to head out pretty much now. So I will be back later. I don't think I'm going to be back tonight anymore to do readings, but my plan is to get more things done so I can go back on here and do readings. So hopefully I'll be able to do a reading with you in the future. But Marley, I hope that was a good reading for you. I think like your journey, Marley, is probably gonna be sort of maybe similar to mine, where it's like working on opening up and like letting down certain walls that have like that distance you from your loved ones at times. That can sometimes like hurt or like bring an unfavorable outcome at times. And that's not something you can force. Um, but I don't know. I hope I got it right. I hope I got the messages right, because from like your messages from what you said, like make me feel more like just being really, really like um green light on like, yeah, like do your thing. Like I just know that I made that choice like a few months ago, or not even a few, last month. And I ended up realizing that like that the person I'm with is who I still want to figure more things out with, and that still really matters a lot to me and things like that. So it's hard for me to know because I went through having to ask myself some similar things on like, do I break up? Do I not? Like, and then now that I've like done that route and like I saw how much it really hurt my partner and how much it tore us apart. And I was like, I would want us in each other's lives. And like, that's not worth it. And I was like, this is still really important to me. So I learned certain lessons where I felt like I wasn't getting what I needed. And then like I met someone new and then I crossed certain boundaries and then that really messed things up. And then I realized I could have had that really good connection with that new person without having to ruin my relationship with my actual partner. Um, and miraculously, everyone involved was like understanding and willing eventually to like to know that and to like keep the boundaries in the right places. And even still, there's still a lot of damage that was done. So that's why I delivered the messages the way that I did. I could be wrong about it, but like the 5 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords, those were all telling me like feeling and thinking that you're stuck and like not wanting to hurt anyone and not sure what to say, like a lot of communication issues. And so maybe the advice coming through is to like work on your communication issues, like work on your like personal energy, um and that maybe you'll be able to do work on your personal journey like without having to give up something, without having to sacrifice like a connection or something like that. Maybe there's another way. um but that's what I've got. I really do have to go. um if you are sending any messages, Marley, I'm not receiving any of them on the chat. So hopefully that was a good reading. Um, thank you for showing up here and getting a reading from me. And sorry to everybody that I wasn't able to get a reading to. Yeah, I really got to go make some food now. So, all right. Much love to you all. And I'll try to be back soon. Take care.